just about to enter Edinburgh Castle here, and there's a plaque just outside that actually says that that spot is Canada. The entrance on the right hand side here is William Wallace, and on this side is Robert the Bruce. Now inside Edinburgh Castle, and built on an inactive volcano, so all of this rock is basalt. Just coming up to the portcullis here, built in the 1500s. Alright, we're standing at the top here of Edinburgh Castle in the Royal Court, and a couple of buildings. Right here in front of us is a relatively new building that's been refurbished as a Scottish War Memorial to all the soldiers who fought in World War I, World War II, and some of the subsequent wars like Afghanistan. Here is the Royal Palace, and this is the building that houses the crown jewels of Scotland that were the original crown jewels, so they're a lot less opulent than the ones in London, but they were worn by Robert the Bruce. And then here we've got the Grand Hall, or the Feast Hall, associated with the Royal Palace, where the king would have held feasts. And back here, a barracks building. Now, a lot of Edinburgh Castle has been redone as a military garrison, so a lot of the buildings were converted into barracks or officers' messes or parade grounds, and so it's been modified heavily, but the palace has always been the palace. You can't take footage inside the Royal Palace or in the War Memorial for security and respect, but you can here in the Great Hall. And you can see what an impressive building. And it houses some of the castle arms. Right. This building right in front of me here is the oldest building, or one of the oldest buildings in Scotland. We're right at the back of the War Memorial. This is the War Memorial, and this building was built for Queen Margaret. Was built in the 1100s, and it is the original building. So you can go inside it, but there's a long lineup, so we are not going to go inside. But very cool that that building is still sitting here after 1,000 years. Now it's a bit windy today, so the mic's probably picking that up, unfortunately. But we're just heading down into the lower courtyard area here, and this building right in front of me was used as barracks for the soldiers when they took over the castle, and the governor, or the person who looks after the castle, that lives in this house right in front of me. A portion of it's now been turned into an officer's mess, and where active officers can come and use that as an officer's mess and tavern. And then there's a display down here of the dungeons, of the original dungeons of the castle where they kept prisoners. So we're gonna go down and check that out now. Not sure if this will show up, but there's a reconstruction here of what the cells would have looked like in the prisons below the dungeon. Very, very cool reconstruction.
It was piercing again.
Alright, we are back outside, walking our way down. You can see the river and some of Edinburgh down below us there. Most of that is Newtown. I'm hoping if I can get over to the wall, I can pan over towards Old Town as well. And the main palace grounds up above. Alright, we're nearing the wall here, and you'll see all these cannons. These are functioning cannons, but they've never been fired. I think they were put in by, I think they said Queen Victoria, just to make it look better, but they were never actually shot. But this one over here is a ceremonial cannon that is put off every day at 1 o'clock, and it's actually to help with navigation. Ships going by on the river can use the sound of that cannon at 1 o'clock to test their instrumentation for latitude and longitude. I don't know how that works, but somebody else might. And then here in the distance is the rest of Edinburgh. This directly in front of me here is Newtown. If I pan this way and I start going here, you'll start to see some older buildings, and particularly directly in front of me now is Old Town. And when you leave the castle, you walk straight down the middle of Old Town. This staircase right here, where these people are coming down, did not used to be a staircase. It was just a muddy track. Was at one time the only way to get up to the palace and the upper courtyard. So much more easily defendable from siege and assault. Of course, nowadays that isn't a problem anymore, and so they've built these roads that go all the way around and all the way back, up the back towards the palace. You can actually drive a car in there now. And this is the last of the inner wall. Here we're going through the portcullis, and still inside the castle, but we're leaving the main area, the portcullis above us. Alright, there it is. Edinburgh Castle in the background. We just walked through the gate and we're now in the parade yard out in front, headed back down into Edinburgh by the Royal Mile, which is the street that leaves Edinburgh Castle and heads down straight in front of me here, and back into Old Town. Alright everybody, just a few of the sights of what you can expect when you visit Edinburgh Castle. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining me on this one. If you liked the video, smash that like button, hit subscribe. Until next time, good adventuring.